catch up, keep up. The whole entire world is flesh. Wake up and flesh, guys. You already know what it is. Carlos Pucker in here. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about mental toughness. First of all, rest in peace, Muhammad Ali. One of the most inspirational figures that there has ever been on this whole entire planet, and this whole entire earth, and this whole entire universe. As a matter of fact, Muhammad Ali, he embodies what mental toughness really is. So I'm going to get right into it with you guys. What is mental toughness? Mental toughness is basically finding your way out of a bad situation using the power of your mind. You got to use the power of your mind, guys. You got to think about what you're thinking about, and you got to know that the first point is use your pain as your passion. So I'm going to tell you guys something about myself personally and my life, and I'm going to divulge some information to you that I don't divulge to many. You know, my fiance knows these things, my mother, my brother, they know these things, my close family here at the Challenge Center, they know these things. But I think it's important for you guys to know these things, to know that everybody comes from somewhere that might not be full of rainbows and daisies and flowers and honeybees and all of those great things that life, you know, kind of presents to you as what a good life really is. So I was born in Detroit, Michigan. I moved over to where I am now in Windsor, Ontario at a very, very young age, and shortly thereafter, my father exited my life, and that was very, very painful for me. I was a really athletic type of child. I was involved in a lot of sports, and I was doing good in school up until that point in time, and then I really started to notice that the absence of my father was really creating a gap between my social outlook with my friends, with my teachers, my communication with my mother. Everything really started to break, right? So my mental toughness in that particular time, it started to lack. And I remember going to sporting events, and I see my friends and their parents and their fathers would be on the sidelines cheering them on, and mine wasn't there. And so I started to really think to myself, you know, what is my value, you know? And I really started to really believe that I really wasn't, you know, worth being great or worth being the best. And my mental toughness, my mental conditioning was low at that time. But you know, some people came into my life, and they presented some things to me that made me understand my worth and my value, and I started to get a little bit better. And so I had to think about, you know, what can I do? There's nothing I can do about what has happened at this particular moment in time, but there's got to be something that I can do. And so I just said to myself, I gave myself some main goals. I said, you know, if and when I ever become a father, I will make sure that I'll be present there for my child or children. I also said to myself that, you know, I will be the best father. Not just, you know, kind of there just to make up for what my father lacked, but I will be the absolute best father that I can. And like I said, I lacked the guidance, right? Like, you know, as a young boy growing up into being a man, you know, you need that guidance, you need that male figure, especially as a man, to kind of take you to where you need to be. And I told myself, you know, with my mental conditioning, going back to mental toughness, that I would not only be there to provide guidance, but provide the best guidance that I possibly can. Okay, and so the second thing is where your focus goes, your energy flows. So it's not what you don't have, it's what you think that you think that you need. Donald Trump, a small loan of $1 million from your father to become this great public speaker, or this great football player, or this amazing doctor, or this awesome nurse. You don't really need any of that. The first thing that you need to do is just believe. You need to believe that everything that you're doing is going to pan out. That's mental toughness. You have to be able to believe in yourself. And, you know, like I said, I had some strain on my relationships, you know, early on in my life. I wasn't communicating with my mother. I was becoming really, really distant. And all I did was stop whining and start grinding. So all of the problems, I took them head on. Oh, I'm having a problem with communication, so you know what? I'm going to make it a point to try to communicate better. Stop whining, start grinding. Oh, you don't have a job right now? The economy's down, there's no work out there? Stop whining, start grinding. Open the newspaper, make some calls, do some volunteering. There's always something that you can do to get to where it is that you want to be, and there's somewhere that you want to be. In your heart of hearts, we all know that there's something that we want to do. There's something that we want to will in our lives. We need to identify what that is and believe in ourselves. We need to stop whining and start grinding. Listen, guys, the whole entire world is flex. I need you to wake up and flex. And I'm telling you, anything that you want in your life, you can have. But you gotta what?